Hello friends, welcome to this edition of Head Notes. I know we have not seen each other in a while, but that is well. We've been busy at work here, and also I didn't have the words to use to explain what was going on at Olney really, because much of my time in the past few months has been about observing things and trying to get things moving together with other colleagues here and our students. But today I would like to say 5 things about Olney. I'm not so sure how they fit together, but let us see where we end up. The first thing, as you may have seen from our Facebook page, is that Donna retired this week. It was quite, I don't know what to say, it was quite a transition for us. I think we haven't really absorbed the full impact of Donna's retirement, but what we all know is that we are grateful to Donna for her service. And I know everything to some degree that Donna has been through at Olney. She's been through thick and thin here. There have been high times, low times, and everything in between. And yet, when she was leaving, the thing she told me was that it's not okay for a place for an employer to have an employee who lives in tears, feeling like she's leaving her family. So that was something that was quite a statement to hear from Donna after her overall experience. In the end, it has been a net positive experience to the point of feeling like family. So there are many places where you can work and it's just a job. And here you join a community, you join a family. And Donna is a wonderful example of that concept in reality, not just in theory. And we wish her all the very best. Donna, you've brought us so many smiles, so many joys, and done so much. You've been quite the example to many of us. Thank you very much. That's the first thing. The second thing is a little story about how we decided on the time for this recording with Roger yesterday. Said, well, why don't we meet in the afternoon, lunchtime? So as a joke, I asked Roger, I say, is it British lunchtime or American lunchtime? British lunchtime being 1 p.m., American lunchtime, noon. And he said, how about 12:30? And so we met each other halfway. It's a small example, but that again is something at work, at practice, where we try to meet each other halfway here, try to understand each other. Of course, that was a comical example, but to me, I thought about it later on yesterday, and it showed how we try to be at this school. And how many places do you know that are so rigid? If you're going to say today, today it is. In fact, we were supposed to make this recording yesterday, but the camera didn't have battery. And it was okay. We rescheduled to today. And so that again calls into question the role that rigidity should be playing in our life, in our lives here. And for me, I could go on and on about that, but that's a second thing, so that we have this kind of place where it's okay not to be rigid. It's okay not to be perfect. It is okay not to hit everything, not to get A's all the time. It is well. And then that leads me into the third thing, actually, to talk about our students, where we really try to make it seem as a process of growth for them. If you've moved from a D to a C, it is well. You've made that progress. If from a C to a B, and those are just simple examples along that grading curve, it is well. If you have learned something about yourself, that is positive. If you've pushed yourself beyond your limits, it is well as long as you've done that. It doesn't mean that has to translate into 100% on your exam, not at all. And I think what I've seen the past 2 quarters is that students are starting to understand that they do not have to know everything before they come to class, or to be perfect in every answer that they give, because that's why they are here at school, to stumble a little bit and then grow from that stumbling. There is very little that one can learn without actually toiling for it. And so that is something happening that I'm seeing here with our students. This year we had more new students than returning students, so it's expected that there will be that kind of relearning, unlearning, and learning more about what actually counts for growth at a place like this. The fourth thing is to celebrate my colleagues. As a student, I did not know even half of what it took to run this place. But now, in my position, I get to see many more things, and some things in a new light every day. Some things don't operate the same way twice at Olney, and somehow we make it, and it goes beyond the numbers. This is something that I've been trying to think about. It's not just the finances. It's not just about having the teachers, not just about having enough food, not just about having the right books. There is something else at work here that helps us actually be who we are. It's been called the Olney spirit in some times, but that again doesn't quite capture it, because I'll tell you what, when I look at our finances, sometimes I don't know how we do it. Yet someone who knows math well will probably say, oh no, you cut this out and cut that out, and that's how you made it. But even with that explanation, I still say there is something else at work. For lack of better words, I'll use Marie Bandy's words. She told me about 6 months ago, she said, you know, we're at the Stillwater meeting house, and she said, there's something that always tells me that God is looking over that little school. I have to agree with her. Whether you believe in God or not, there's that thing that helps us keep going. And I'm so thankful to all those who came before us and made sure that that thing remained here. Thank you very much. And of course, the fifth thing is to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, Happy Holidays, Happy Kwanzaa. Enjoy yourself, and we hope to see you here at some point, or to hear from you in one way or another. What I do know is that we will be here. Thank you very much.